In uh, part 2 of this book, we have an overview starting out of the theory, the major assumption involved, which you can use to make predictions, and tests to see if it's a more probable scenario. It's how science works. You just come up with an idea, you put it to the test. The scientific method of testing, observation, demonstration, multiple laboratories and people experimenting independently and blindly and producing the same results based on predictions and based on, just repeated and expected results, which produce the same results everywhere. So, major assumption here is subterranean water. About half the water now in the oceans was once in interconnected chambers 60 miles below the entire Earth's surface at thousands of locations. The chamber's sagging ceiling pressed against the chamber's floor. These solid contacts will be called pillars. The average thickness of the subterranean water was at least 1 mile. Above the subterranean water was a granite crust. Beneath the water was Earth's mantle. Minor assumption number 1, a global continent. The Earth's pre-flood crust encircled the globe. On the crust were deep and shallow seas and mountains, generally smaller than those of today, but some perhaps 5,000 feet high. Minor assumption number 2, there was an initial crack. A small initial crack occurred in the Earth's crust. Several ways this crack could have started soon will be mentioned. Once the tension crack formed, the high pressure in the chamber and the stress concentrations at each end of the crack would have quickly propagated the crack around the Earth in a great circle path. So basically, the high pressured water under the crust creates this crack on the surface, and it's like if you watch a balloon pop in slow motion. It starts out with a tiny slit in the balloon, and it like wraps around the entire thing. So it's happening to the Earth here. The path of least resistance is being created by all of this pressure, the water coming up through the surface. Why does the mid-oceanic ridge also encircle the Earth a great circle path? The violently escaping subterranean water widened the crack, which removed weight from the chamber floor below. That allowed the chamber floor to bulge upward and form the mid-oceanic ridge. Thus, the mid-oceanic ridge also follows a circle path, and there is still today what are called black smokers. This is supercritical water coming up from under the crust of the Earth on the bottom of the seafloors today.